In today's video, I'll teach you how to add highlights without adding to a story on Instagram. It's a quick and easy step-by-step tutorial so you'll know what to do in just a few minutes. Let's do this. Hi there, my name is Natalia and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I share super actionable ideas on content creation for entrepreneurs and creatives. Apart from very in-depth videos, I like to create quick step-by-step tutorials on how to do various things, and today we're covering a highly requested one, which is adding to Instagram highlights without posting to the actual stories. So without further ado, let's see how it's done. First, go to your profile, hit settings, then go to privacy, then story. What you want to do here is to click on hide story from here and start ticking. What it does is it hides your stories from the chosen followers, which means they won't see your stories even when you post them. And of course, if you want to add highlights without anyone seeing your stories, you have to manually tick each and every follower on the list. And yes, I'm afraid there's the only way to do it. Once you have all of them ticked, go ahead and post your stories and add to your highlights. Remember to let them run for 24 hours before you go back to your privacy settings and unhide the stories from your followers. Otherwise, they'll be able to see them. After 24 hours have passed, you'll see the stories in your archive and will still be able to access them if you ever want to add to another highlight, etc. And a wee note for me, this is a really laborious method, but it's the only one available at the moment. With having to manually tick all your followers and then untick them after 24 hours, it's arguably not worth it, because what is so important to keep saved in your highlights but not worthy of showcasing in your stories? If anything, in my opinion, it signals to Instagram and most importantly to your followers that you're an active content creator posting regularly. If you don't deem something worthwhile keeping in your stories for 24 hours, they actually might. Let's see a quick example. I was asked by a photographer how to add highlights without posting to a story because she wanted to showcase a sneak peek of her portfolio there. A great idea and an absolute must for a photographer, right? So what was her reasoning behind not wanting to post it to stories for all her followers to see? Well, she thought since they would be familiar with most of these photos and she's posted them before on her feed or even stories, it feels spammy. Do you see the flaws in this kind of thinking? First of all, assuming all your followers have seen all your content is simply wrong. And heck, I wish it were that simple. Moreover, what we might regard as spammy, boring, or repetitive may not be perceived like this by your followers. So if you add a good intro, set the scene almost, or maybe in this case, show how reminiscent you are of some of the great shoots you've done, the content will speak for itself, and you'd be surprised how good it may be for your engagement rate. I hope it gives you a perspective on what you may think versus what your followers may actually want. But if you still want to add a highlight without posting to a story, use this method. Check out this playlist for some great tips on Instagram growth and make sure to watch this video on how to use Instagram highlights for your business. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any issues at all, leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Subscribe to my channel for more quick tutorials like this or more in-depth videos on content creation. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.